Oh well, hello there. Guess what today is? It's a very special day. It's June, sometime in June. And I'm just about to open up my Christmas present.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
It's, yeah, it's, I've been dying to open this, I really have. I've had so many other things going on in the workshop, as I said in one of my previous videos. I've been working on a really big project, life-changing. It's taken up everything, it's taken up all my time. So yeah, I'm finally been able to try and catch up with things. I have another unknown brand really, Andeli, same as my welder. If you haven't seen that unboxing and testing video, please take a look at my other videos, you'll find it in there. I was so impressed with the Andeli brand, the welder, and I've only used one function of it so far pretty much. So impressed with it. I saw that they also do plasma cutters as well. So this is a Cut-50, and I will explain what that's all about as we go along in the video. So one thing I've noticed already that might be a bit tricky is the plug. I don't have any of these sockets. I don't have adapters even. So packaged pretty well. Same as the welder, very good packaging. Yeah, nice and safe, nice and secure. Very pleased with that. So there's our wand. Yeah, all looks really good. Literally same, very good quality as the welder. Not heavy at all. Nice and compact. Yeah, now I don't remember it saying about these industrial plugs. Oh man, I was hoping to use this today. Oh, air regulator. Okay, some small little fixings. There it is. Oh, very good. Very good. Oh, bollocks. I wonder if I can swap this out. Put a normal household plug on it. Okay, we have everything assembled. Putting this together, I mean, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't massively difficult. I did have to buy a new compressor. That's my first ever compressor, just to run this. And what I will say is on the back of this, the air regulator, that was a little bit on the tricky side. I can go into a little bit more detail with that in a second. Plug, just nipped to B&Q, got myself a heavy duty regular plug, wired that up nice and easy. The earth lead is exactly the same as the earth lead on the welder. Just having a look at the wand here, you've got plug in the middle. I'm guessing that's where the power goes, and then you've got this big blue plug here. There, which is where the air comes out. It's a very long lead, very long lead. 4 meters maybe? I think it could be about 4, maybe 5 meters. It's very, very long. Looks all really well built. It feels pretty good. Having never seen a plasma cutter, or let alone used one, really wasn't too sure how all of this works. So it's got a ceramic sheath or cover on this. You undo this. There's lots of seals in there. You've got a little end cap, or funny end cap. I'll do little close-ups of these in a second. And then you've got more of these little connectors. These must be the little rods that come out. You know, give you your arc. I can see there's lots of little jets in there as well. So again, I'll chuck in some close-ups of these. And yeah, so I'm guessing it creates an arc, pumps through a load of air, melts the metal. Don't know. We're going to find out, I suppose. The instruction manual on this, same as the other one, isn't very great at all. Lots of spelling mistakes, so you have to really figure out what it is they're trying to tell you. And for me, never used one of these before, I'm trying to pay as much attention as I can because I don't want to set myself on fire. This user manual is designed for 2 different products, so it does go through a few things in here that aren't relevant to this machine because this is just the Cut-50. So yeah, once I figured that out, putting it together wasn't too bad, fairly easy. Okay, so just come around to the back of the machine and we can see the air regulator. Comes on this little bracket. Well, it doesn't come, sorry, you have to put it on this little bracket. We've got a little plastic screw thread here. Yeah, the only negative thing I'd say is that this thread here isn't very good. I have over tightened this and it doesn't tighten up too tight now, but it's holding it on there, and if it causes me any problems then I can change it. So now they do supply absolutely plenty of the plastic tubing for the feed from the regulator down into the machine. So originally this inlet was one of these brass threads, but it doesn't fit on my compressor. So I went and got this fitting that is a PLC XF, I believe, 1/4 inch fitting, and that will fit straight onto the quick coupler that has come with my compressor. Then all you have to do is activate your compressor. This up here tells you what the pressure is going into your machine, so that there is turning it all the way down to the left will reduce the pressure, and turning it all the way to the right will increase it. So let's put in a little bit of air pressure and see what that gauge does. Oh yeah, talking about the gauge, this was a bit annoying. After I put it on, it doesn't sit straight. That's frustrating. But it's as tight as it'll go. I didn't want to loosen it off just in case it started leaking. Right. Once again, because I've never used this before, I've never used a plasma cutter before. I know it needs a feed in, so it's got the feed in there. Got a little drain tank here. I've used compressors. I've never owned a compressor, but another thing that is a little bit frustrating is that the pressure on here doesn't equate to anything on my compressor, so that's something else I'm going to have to look at. So if we just open it up now, and maybe that gauge will do something. Oh, I was hoping that would have moved or something by now. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got some movement. Oh, is that it? Oh. Alright, maybe I have to increase it on the compressor. On the compressor, it's only sitting on 2 bar at the moment. So if I just increase that then. Okay, we're on 3 bar. So by the manual, it says that we need to keep the feed knocking around this one, 0.4. 0.4 watt, I don't really know. MPA, whatever that means. So we've got this turned up pretty much as much as that will go. Oh, so there we go, we've got it on 0.4 there. We're on 4 bar on the compressor, 0.4 on the machine, and yeah, a little bit of air hissing out of this little condensation tap there, I think. A major leaks. Sure it'll be alright. Everything is now plugged in. Got the compressor connected to the back of the plasma cutter. That's the regulator there is sitting at the 0.4 whatever MPA, whatever that means. Leads are all dialed in. Yeah, going by the very rough, really terrible instructions on there, I have to have a ground. So that's what this one's doing. That's a ground lead. Just trying to get, I know it's not on, but it's always safe practice, I feel, to be keeping these things well apart from each other. With this welding table, I have actually got a little wooden rod. It's the end of an old broomstick just sticking out on the end there. And as soon as I'm done with my welding, it's just my habit, it's just what I've always done, because I don't, I think once I had a piece that was still earthed, and I accidentally, you know, threw a stick across it and it sparked up. So now whenever I'm done, I take this off and I attach it onto the end of that broomstick that I've stuck on the end of the welding table. So, right, back on there. Now, I have got several pieces, several different materials to cut. So I'm going to try and go through a little piece of brass sheet. That's 1mm thick, this. I remember it's 1mm thick because after I bought it and tried working with it, I realised it was way too thick for what I needed. Got a little bit of box section, there's a little bit of offcut from building the welding table. Got a scabby old piece of angle iron, that was one of the first things I ever tried welding. Another little piece of metal, a little bit of flat bar. It's actually part of this grate when I cut this down. That's about 2mm thick, just to see how we get on with that. And then, interestingly, because this is supposed to be able to cut up to 14mm thick, so I've got a nice big, thick, chunky piece of steel plate. Now, what are we on there? It's 8mm thick plate. depending how all this goes, I have got a piece of the 10mm offcut, which is the same as the top of this welding table. I doubt I'm ever going to be blowing holes through anything like this, really, but like I said, see how adventurous we're feeling. Right, earth. I am actually going to go quite quickly through this. It's been a long day. I can't remember if I've had any lunch. I definitely haven't had any dinner, and it's like just gone 9 o'clock at night now. I'm getting hungry and tired, so I won't be out here for too long. I'm also out here wearing my shorts, and I've just realised plasma cutting is going to make a lot of mess, sparks, fire on my bare legs. Probably not the best idea, but oh well. Right, so activating it for the first time. See how well our plugs hold up. Hello. Right. Okay, so checking the regulator still at the back, still saying 0.4. Basic functions on this, yeah, you've got a dial there, hopefully you can see that. If not, what I'll do is I'll actually put in a close-up picture of it now. So yeah, so this is our adjuster there for the amps. Down to 19.6 as the lowest it goes. 50.9 is the highest. So, right. I'll keep it in the middle for now. Below that, about 30, yeah, 33. Just to see how we get on. Earth lead on. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put the earth lead right over there, and then it's out of the way then. So nothing's coming out of there yet. Oh, hello. Oh. Right, something definitely happened there, didn't it? Because I wondered where the air was going. The air's just going to the back of the machine. If I pull the trigger, okay, so it does dip down to this, just above the 0.2 on that wonky dial at the back. I will turn it up to the max for the air for the moment. Now, oh shit. So yeah, that little airflow meter and the on and off switch are very close. Although I've never used anything like this before, I have a long time ago, 20 something years ago, used oxyacetylene. And I'm guessing this works along the same kind of principles but with electric instead of gas. Heats up the metal, creates an arc, heats the metal, the air blows it all away. That's what I'm guessing. If I'm wrong, please let me know. If I'm still alive after this. Right. I think what I'll do first is I'll try this bit of box section. The wall thickness on this about 2mm thick. Now it says, it does say actually in the instructions to touch the workpiece, then pull the torch, create the arc, and then go for it. So yeah, I think that's what we should do. Well, I'm not going to lie, that made me jump a bit. Let's put a little dent in that. Yeah, so this made a lot more noise than I was anticipating. I didn't really give it a chance to do anything. And then the compressor kicked in. Like I said, I've never had a compressor before. I've worked with compressors, but now I've actually got one in my garage that just kicks on randomly when I'm walking right past it, and I shit myself. If it doesn't behave, I'm going to build it a shed, and it can live outside. It's been warned. Right, let's try this again. Let's be brave. Right, connect. Alright, so I actually can't see a thing in this. I'm not seeing any spark. I'm not seeing... This is going completely dark. And I'm unable to see anything. If I was trying to trace a line or follow a line or something, I could see I could have some issues. Well, it's made a hole. Oh, it's a bit hot. Yeah, it's made a hole there. I made a little line, but I can't see anything. I mean, do I need to have these on? Yeah, that's something else I've got to get used to. I am nervous. I don't want to electrocute myself, I don't want to burn myself, I don't want to burn my legs. Yeah, working with a new machine. You know, nobody's taught me how to use this. I'm just cracking on with this on my own. I haven't looked up any videos yet on actually how to use one of these. I probably should do that. So, again, right, I'll just show you this next little bit. It did blow a bit of a hole in there. Made a bit more of a spark. Now, let's go this side. I thought I went quite quickly there, and that's just absolutely blasted through that. That is steamed right through that. What if... Now what I'll do is I'm going to go to the extreme. So I'm going to knock that right down to the lowest amperage. Now let's see what happens. Okay. Interesting. Whilst I had my visor down, I did see this glow red. I don't know if you saw that. It'd be interesting to see the footage on the watching back. I don't. If you can, hopefully you can see that quite well. That has not cut through. I know it's going to be a combination of finding the right amperage and the airflow. Because if it's blowing through too quickly, then it might be blowing the spark out. I don't know if that's a thing. So if I turn the air down, this tap takes forever to turn. So it's about 0.3 on that. Oh, fuck you! to at all. Not really. It's not blowing. Again, it's just making more of a mess. That compressor's pissing me right off. Yeah. So, I don't think the metal's not getting hot enough. I'm going to crank it back up. So if we go in between now, the 35 and the 19, stay around here for a bit, then with the air low, let's see what we do. I'm taking it back to the original settings because even that cut wasn't completely clear. It hasn't gone all the way through. I don't think I'm moving too fast. I don't think I was moving too fast on the last one. So, alright. So back up to what we were. And that's pretty much blown through. So that's doing much better with the air pressure back up and the amperage back up to about the 35. What I was also doing there was I was just lifting off ever so slightly. Same as if you were doing arc welding, you make your contact and then you come away to get your arc, or with the TIG. But you come back too far, which isn't very far at all, it loses the arc. So that's good. Alright, one more little go. Okay. Alright, so now all we've got left to do is crank it up. So we're going between this and max. The end of the wand here is getting a little on the crappy side, which is understandable. And to be fair, I haven't had a lot of hot metal splash on me yet. It's all mostly blown that way. I think that could be because of the box section. It's diverting it elsewhere, which is good. Well, that's stuck straight away. That's actually given a really nice, clean cut. I'm very pleased with that. Very nice, clean cut. So, we'll go again. Although it feels warm, it's not monstrously hot. Might just be a bit delayed on the glove. Yeah. Alright. Those last few tests were doing pretty good, so we're full whack now. Air's staying the same. So there we get on. Very, very clean cut. On the end there. Hopefully you can see that okay. Very clean cut. I think for what we're dealing with now, we can probably knock it back down to around here somewhere. That should be fine. Alright. That's not gone too bad. Not too bad really, I don't suppose. I think this is just a bit too small for me to be playing around with tonight. Now brass. Keep it on the same kind of setting as what it was before. Let's see how we do with this. And that was almost like just drawing with a pencil, and it just cut a shape through. It's really messed up the end a little bit more. I've got some yellow dust gone everywhere. Bit of a funny smell, but yeah, that went super quick. This I could probably dial this down really low. Yeah, that was super low. And actually it didn't even activate the visor there. Slight flash at the end when I took off the piece. So yeah, maybe some sunglasses of some kind. A little bit of a warping in the metal there. To be expected, you know, we're chucking for a lot of heat, aren't we? That's not gone too bad. How are we feeling about this? About the 8mm plate? Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Alright, so we put a little bit of a hole through it. Lovely pattern there as it's blown through the 8mm steel, but it hasn't gone all the way through. Not at all. It's gone through there and it's just made some score marks over there. So now we'll crank it right up to the max and try again. It's sort of gone through. I don't know if you can quite see that properly. I think it's struggling a bit. Yeah, I think we're struggling a bit now. Alright, we didn't struggle there, did we? Yeah. Let's take a nice chunk off of this one, isn't it? It got there eventually. It got there eventually. And actually it's not a terrible cut. This is... Right, when I say it's not a terrible cut, I mean for me, for my first time cutting 8mm thick steel with a plasma cutter that I've just put together, that's not a bad cut. For any professionals or people who actually know what they're doing, looking at this, yes, this is a terrible cut. But for anybody else who doesn't know, like me, it's really good. Yeah, a little bit snotty on the end here. So blowing through, yeah, I would say, I mean, look, it got the job done, didn't it? It cut through a really thick piece of 8mm steel. Yeah, a little messy blow through, but took my time and it did it. What do I think? What do I think? It's going to take more practice, isn't it? Just like anything, really. You're not going to be brilliant at it straight away. The welding mask that I've got, when that went dark, I could not see a thing. Maybe some of the settings have changed on that. You know, I like to be able to, when I'm welding, I can still see some of the stuff that's around me. But maybe look at getting some light sensitive sunglasses or something. I don't know. Do you know what? It actually wasn't too bad at all. I wasn't getting any major metal splashback or anything like that. Yeah, didn't burn my legs. Very lucky. Very pleased about that. And surprisingly, oh yeah, no, that's hot. Okay, yeah, so still gets hot, just like you welded it. So I bought this because I do want to do some intricate shapes. I want to cut out some intricate shapes on pieces, and doing the grinder, you just can't get the shapes that you want to do. So I think the brass has gone really well, which is where I want to use it first, actually, on some of the things I'm working with. I'm not even going to bother with this today. I can't be arsed, and that's probably going to start throwing all metal at me. It's done this, and I know it's going to be able to do that, it's not a problem. Yeah, I think it went okay. It's difficult because I've got nothing to compare it to. The machine, I really do like the Andeli brand. It's nice and easy. You plug it in, you stick it on, you burn through stuff. It's got a bit messy on the end there, but you know, nothing's fallen apart so far. Yeah, I'm pleased for the price of this as well, which was, I believe it was only knocking around £220. I will put in a link in the description on eBay for the company that I bought this from. Overall, yeah, the build quality is very good. Quite pleased with it, with everything. The biggest issue is the instruction manual. Doesn't tell you anything. So, I mean, luckily I have a bit of an idea what to do with airflow meters and stuff like that. So I was able to get the right connection for it. Got the compressor specifically for this. You don't get a lot out of that compressor. It's only a little 24 litre one, but it has got the cubic feet. It does not, I think it's got something like 9 cubic feet it can pump out per minute or something, which is more than enough for this. If you are going to get anything like this, you do need to have a compressor. This, I think, from what I read up on eBay, looking through the description in there, it requires a compressor to do at least 5.5 cubic feet. I think it's cubic feet of pressure per minute. That's why I got this one. It does 9, so I knew it had more than enough to cope with this. Yeah, I am actually very pleased with this this little plasma cutter. Same as anything else I've reviewed, I will do another review once I've got to use it a little bit more in 6 months to a year's time. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I bought a really cheap bandsaw. Done an unboxing and a review on that, and actually that little bandsaw has been fantastic. Got another video of that coming up soon. The Andeli welder, as I've mentioned several times in this video, the companion to this is going to sit under here now. Yeah, great little welder. Very pleased with that. Got a lot to do with that soon. yeah, if you have made it all the way to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. For me, it's been a very long day, running around getting pieces for the air rig down there, the plug here. I still haven't had my dinner yet. Yeah, thanks very much for getting to the end, for watching all the way to the end. I'm so tired now. Do me a favour, do me a solid, give me a thumbs up for the video if you've happened to watch it. I would really appreciate if you were to subscribe. Give me a comment, please, if you have any experience using anything similar to this, any hints, tips for me, please chuck them in the comments. That's always greatly appreciated. Give the video a like, give me a subscribe, because it's all good fun. And yeah, I think we're going to have my dinner now.